What up, my poker peeps? It's the Mad Hatter, and this hand comes from a session I played at Orange Park Bestbet. It's 2-2. Initial buy-in was 200. We're sitting on 380. And to give you all a little backstory of what's going on here, the man to my left, he's a Maniac on a heater. I've played with him a few times. He's an action guy, and he plays more 2-5, so he's at the 2-2 trying to bully. And he bought in for a hundo, and he ran hot. He got a double, and then he's ran a couple of bluffs. So that's the guy in the big, or on the button. So he's going to be one of the villains in the hand. And then also we have a older rec guy to the right. He's kind of a novice. So that's pretty much what we're looking at. We got aces in the cutoff. And we're going to get a limp from under the gun too. Middle position. Low jack's going to get out of the way. The rec's going to go ahead. And this is kind of standard. This is what they do at these 2-2 games. They all want to limp in. So when we look down at two black aces, of course we're going to go ahead and open. Thinking of a size, and I'm going to go up to 17 here. The button, the Maniac who's on a heater, he's going to go ahead and flat on the button. To be honest with you, he could have anything, y'all. I mean, he could have absolutely anything. The only thing I know he don't have is aces or kings, because he'd be going crazy. Probably, really, honestly, jacks plus, but. So I'm figuring he's probably got connectors, suited gappers, maybe other pocket pairs. He could have a lot of stuff here. Like I said, he could have anything. So small blind's going to fold, big blind's going to fold. Under the gun 2 is going to get out of the way. Middle position is going to get out of the way. And then the rec player, he's going to go ahead and call. Now, when he calls, I'm putting him on pretty much probably Broadway cards, maybe Queen Jack, something like that. Maybe Ace 7, Ace 10, who knows. So we got 59 in the pot going to the flop. And the flop comes 6-2-6. All right. So at this point, I'm thinking, well, it's a pretty good board for aces. There could be hearts out there, but with the board paired. Now, I don't really think the rec player should have a 6 here. I mean, he could. 6, 7 suited maybe. But the Maniac, he could definitely have a 6. He could have 6-4. He could have pocket D. He could have a whole bunch of stuff. But when the rec player checks to us, we're going to go ahead and C-bet. And I end up going about 1/3. Go, well, a little bigger than that. So I put out 28. The button, he just calls. When he calls, like I said, he could have a pocket pair here. He could have a heart draw, or he could very well have a 6. Now, when the rec player calls, now I'm a little worried about him because he's an older gentleman. Usually they play a little tighter. So now I'm putting him on some type of draw, and I think if he had a 6, he's going with it. So I don't really think he has a 6. I think he has the draw. So when the turn comes to 3, this goes ahead and brings in 4 or 5, which could be a thing. Luckily, it ain't a heart. So with 143 in the pot, the rec player's only got 65 left. I got 335, and the button, the Maniac on the heater, is at 285. So when the rec player checks, I think about betting here, but if he has a 6, I really don't want to just bet and get jammed on. And if he has bluffs, if he has the heart draw, or if he just has a pocket pair, I'm going to go ahead and let him think, hide the strength of my hand a little bit, make him think maybe I just got like ace, king, ace, queen. So I check for a little pot control here, and the Maniac goes to 44. So at this point, I mean, he could very well have a 6, but I'm not folding the 1 bet. I checked here for pot control with the plan of calling, as long as he didn't do nothing crazy like jam. So now, when the rec player calls the 44, he really ain't got nothing left. So now, I'm like, well, I'm a little concerned, but I still put him on a draw. If he had 4 or 5, he could be scared of a boat, but I mean, I just think he would have went with it. Like I said, he ain't got barely anything left. So when it comes to me, the plan was to pot control, check, call. So that's what we're going to do. And we go to the river with 275 left, or 275 in the pot. We got 291 left, the Maniac on the heater at 241, and the rec player's only got 21. That's why I'm surprised he just didn't go ahead and rip it in there. So at this point, when the rec player checks to us, I mean, we done hit gin on the river, y'all. So we got top boat here. Only thing that we lose to is pocket 6s, and let's face it, he's got pocket 6s. God bless him. We're just going to have to roll out with this one. So I'm thinking about sizing, and I'm thinking if he has a 6, I don't want to go too big because I don't want him to even think I have aces. I kind of want to rep ace, king, ace, queen maybe, but I decided to go small and see what he does. So I go for a value bet, a little over 1/3, and I had a black chip in front of me. So I throw out the hundo, and a Maniac snap goes all in. At this point, I'm definitely thinking, yep, he had the 6, and I just got super lucky. So the rec player, he tanks. He eventually calls with the 21. And then, of course, we're going to call off. And we go ahead here, and let's see what we got, who we're against here. So the rec player had ace-4 hearts, which makes a lot of sense. He ends up getting a little value on the river. And it goes over to the Maniac, and we got super lucky on the river, y'all. He ended up having pocket 3s and sucked out on us on the turn. And whew, I'll give the guy credit. He was a good sport about it. He tapped the table. I tapped the table. I said, wow, what a river. And he got up and went to the pit games. So we scoop a huge pot right here and make a great session. But my question is this. What would I have done on the river if the ace wouldn't have come? I mean, I would have checked to him, but if he shoves, can I call? Can I fold? And what size do I call? All right, I'll leave it with y'all. Give me some thoughts. What do y'all think about how I played the whole hand? Appreciate it. Y'all have a good evening. See y'all next time.
Gotta find my way to